My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today, we are looking at one of the top altcoins in the market, one of the top DeFi exchanges, and one of the big gateways to the world of crypto. This is KuCoin, and we will be answering the question, should you buy KuCoin, in today's episode. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you can profit as a result. So if you haven't done it already, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and oh, by the way, participate in this week's free Bitcoin giveaway. Last Friday, I gave about $20 cash money to the person that guessed the price right for Bitcoin, and it doesn't have to be right on. It's really the first person, the closest guess. So just leave a comment in this video guessing the price of Bitcoin as it will be on Friday. You have a chance to enter every single video. So again, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and leave a comment to enter the contest. Also, we do have a Telegram group. This is at BK Bitcoin. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. Now on Telegram, come on in. The doors are always open. So let's jump right into it, right? This is the top 100 coins with regards to their respective market share, or dominance rather, and performance over the past week. Let's do 7 days, right? It's probably about a 50-50 split, I'd say. You can see some of the top coins. Ethereum, Binance did pretty good. AVAX holding. Atom, is a decent coin. Ethereum Classic had a pretty big run. I might do a video on them. 30%, as it compares to Bitcoin's pullback last 10%, right? And the reason I show you this is because, as you can see, it's very, very difficult to speculate what coin might outperform Bitcoin, right? Even when you look at an hour, can we do 100 all? What does all give us? I don't know. So that's just coins. We want coins and tokens. A month. There you go. Look at that. That's crazy. Oh boy, that's all over 1 month. Yeah, this even gets even crazier, right? You got coins down here. Let me see where KuCoin would be. That would be like 200. So that'd be down in here somewhere. But yeah, that's what I put together the boss method for. Is really, it takes all of this data, standardizes it, averages it, lines it up on some harmonic numbers, and helps you decipher if a coin is probable to increase in value. What does that mean? That means you take a lot of the guesswork out of it. And KuCoin, on my method, is looking very, very good for a breakout here in this next altcoin cycle, right? One of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I wanted to correlate what KuCoin is in the blockchain economy to what we already know, right? When just simple knowledge, like we got the banking system, right? But in the middle is those 4 big banks. You got JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of America, the big 4, right? And JP Morgan Chase is all one company. So JPM and Chase, is one of the biggest pieces of the pie, right? But between them, what is that? 2,211. What's that, about 8 billion, 7-8 billion dollars, trillion, I'm sorry, with a T, right? Now, the banks basically divert funds into the rest of the population, but it's 4 banks, right? So in the middle of that white spot, just imagine an endless ocean of money for the world, for America, i.e. the world, right? And that runs through 4 Great Lakes, you know what I'm saying? Lake Erie, Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie. But this time we're talking about banks, right? If you jump over to the blockchain, right, and we talk about exchanges, these are essentially the exact same thing, right? There's only a few of them that control and divert a lot of the money in the market, right? And over time, this list is probably going to get smaller because businesses are going to buy each other. Like, this is the banking system as we know it today, right? This isn't the banking system as it existed when banking was first invented, 10 years after the first fiat currency note was ever printed. Like, that was in the early 1900s. Banking system looked a lot different back then, right? But I say all that to say KuCoin is in the big four when it comes to crypto exchanges, right? So that means it's fairly important. It's a fairly important piece to the crypto ecosystem that is currently being built. Why do I say that? I say that because we need to be cognitive of both the present, the past, and the future, right? And this is the biggest, one of the biggest opportunities I've seen. That's why I'm coming back on this channel and, waking y'all up and letting y'all know, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? This is your time. This is your season. You know what I'm saying? Like, blockchain is here to stay. There is no longer a guess, right? And this is a very, 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 very good chart to start to look at some of that stuff, right? This is KuCoin KCS to the BTC. As you can see, this thing was off to a red hot start in the early days of 2017, 2018, right? Peaked out with the big crypto breakout alt season, and lately had up and down, over the course of 2 years. One thing we should note is that KuCoin was not always at the top of this list. You know what I'm saying? I remember the days KuCoin was like, down here where BitThumb is, Bitfinex. Like, it's come a very, very, very long way. And I think people are looking at it like it might be the next Binance. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at what happened with Binance and how much money BNB made, right, to Bitcoin. Let's see. Where is BNB to Bitcoin? There it goes. Right? This thing was just exponential in its performance. It's crazy. That right there is a very big move. To figure out. Inbox. Right here, 500%. And this was 2001 to 21, 500% in 6 months, right? That's what Binance did compared to Bitcoin. So for every dollar you had of Binance, it gave you $5 in Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? And it's, taking a break. It's starting to slowly come back, but this is a much better chart. And you can kind of look at Binance. Like, let's just talk through this, right? The 3 moving averages we have kind of give you the relative scenario for profitability over time for this coin, right? We're net negative right now. You got under on the 231, under on the 7, and under on the 77. That's 3 wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the boss method, right? But when we look at KuCoin KCS, right? Jump over to KuCoin and Bitcoin. Look at that. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. We got the 77 over to 231. 231 going flat. We had a nice pop, strong pop out the 7. We get that little sine wave in the middle. That means we are starting a new cycle. This is, a fresh new runway creating right here. And this thing is about to take off and go out into the heavens. This is a great chart that's setting up, for the early part of 2024. Again, KuCoin is one of the big 4 when it comes to DeFi exchanges. And one of the things you have to remember is that when money is about to be circulated, again, just comparing it to the regular banking system, it has to start moving inside these big 4 machines, right? This is basically dollars coming from Wall Street over into the DeFi exchanges, eventually going into the smaller and smaller altcoins, right? But KuCoin is kind of one of those gateways, one of those portals, one of those, like a dam. Like here in Las Vegas, we got the Hoover Dam, and it just creates its own lake. You know what I'm saying? KuCoin is basically an exchange that facilitates transfer from dollars to Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin to altcoins to the rest of all those coins down here, right? KuCoin has a gang of them. Like how many coins they got on there? They got damn near 3 trillion. That's a billion, right? 3 billion, $2.5 billion in reserves on deck. You know what I'm saying? On deck, right? And it's pretty amazing just to see, like, this is the Bank of America, right, for blockchain. So maybe that's a better way to put it. KuCoin is like Bank of America, and they talking about Bank of America about to start making some money. You know what I'm saying? BAC stock about to hit, and so that's what I'm telling you in this video. KuCoin is a great coin for the future. Nothing really, with regards to latest announcements. So again, this is an instance where I say the charts make the news relevant, not vice versa, because I guarantee you in April, somebody's going to say something after this thing is already up 20 or 30%, and compared to something over here. But it's like, no, this is already set in the charts. The macro money is in on the trade, and you have a lot of positive sentiment coming back through the economy. Like when money gets trickled all the way downstream, it starts, first uphill with some of these major aggregators. And KuCoin is one of the best in the business. So my precious, right? Selling my old altcoin, seeing my old altcoin turn green for the first time in ages, right? And that's what you got a lot of. Like some people still got, thousands of dollars on KuCoin, and now it's like it's finally, the drought is ending and winter is ending, spring is upon us, and people are finally looking, well, what can I do with that money? And so now you look at KuCoin, you buy KCS shares, you get a lower rate on the conversion fee, and it's just a whole trickle down system. But this is one of the gateways, one of the big gateways, that kind of pops off alt season 24. And so I leave you with this, as I said earlier in this video, before it was a guess. Like, is this going to happen? Is this legitimate? Is this here to stay? Will the government back it? Like, that's already done. You know what I'm saying? The future is now. And just like that robot is, putting his finger right up to his mind, it's really created in the moment you decide to embrace it, right? Bitcoin is nothing more than an idea. You know what I'm saying? It's about 8.5, 9 pages. I remember reading it like the early days when I first learned this stuff. I was like, it's crazy. But that one idea has since changed the world, right? And I think as we start to evaluate and redefine what we consider to be value in this society, we can always be cognizant of creating a better reality for all of us. And that's why I think this coin, is definitely going to see brighter days ahead. And that's why I think, if you like money, then you might want to jump on the money train, because it's going to be leaving the station pretty soon. This is what I do. My name is BK Crypto Trader. They call me the boss, and I'm here to change the world one trade at a time. I got a VIP trading group called the Profit Package. It's a very simple, static group on Telegram. I post the top 10 coins every 14 days, and $50 for the first month. You can sign up on bossofbitcoin.com. It's $100 a month thereafter. And we had KuCoin on the list, so hopefully some people, I sent this list out last Friday, I think on the 11th. And KuCoin, made a little bit of money since then. So some people probably already paid for their profit package in the first week. You know what I'm saying? With the first trade already up. Let's see. What we talking about? What we talking about here? Because I come out with the profit package on what? I think it was the 11th, right? Right there, right? So from the 11th, and these are the candles. I don't normally put the candles on. The candles right there for everybody. That's 5%, right? 5% in 4 days, and it's just the beginning, right? This is literally just the beginning. So that's why I put it on the channel. Let some other people jump in, you know what I'm saying, on the trade. It ain't no fun if the homeboy don't get none, and that's what we here to do, right? To have a good time, make some money, and to live life to the fullest. So with that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss. Huh.